According to the faith of the Seven in Westeros, the first raven is said to have been let into the world when the crone peered through the door of death. In the real world, ravens are often associated with prophecy. In ancient Greece, they were the messengers of the god Apollo, the god of truth and prophecy. In Celtic legends, the birds are associated with the goddess Morrigan, a prophetess. Ravens are also associated with decay, rotten flesh, and fields of battle-torn corpses. They feed on death. In A Song of Ice and Fire, ravens are heavily associated with the children of the forest. It is said that it was these children of the forest who first taught men to communicate over long distances by use of ravens, and in those days, according to legend, the ravens actually spoke the words. Ravens, unlike men, are able to speak the tongue of the children of the forest, and while skin-changing a raven in Bloodraven's cave, Bran can sense the presence of a child of the forest, long dead, within the raven. When Bran asks Bloodraven about this, he confirms that in fact, all of the ravens have a part of the souls of children inside them. Then, he realized he was not alone. Someone else was in the raven, he told Lord Brynden, once he had returned to his own skin. Some girl, I felt her. A woman. Of those who sing the song of earth, his teacher said. Long dead, yet part of her remains, just as a part of you would remain in summer if your boy's flesh were to die upon the morrow. A shadow on the soul. She will not harm you. Do all the birds have singers in them? All. It is unclear whether Bloodraven means all of the ravens in the cave have souls in them, or all of the ravens in Westeros. Raventree Hall is the seat of House Blackwood in the Riverlands. Within the castle's Godswood sits an ancient weirwood of enormous size. The tree appears to be dead, although it is said in A Dance with Dragons that weirwoods will never die. Even at High Heart, the cut-down weirwood trees still possess some power. Every evening at dusk, hundreds of ravens flock to this tree at Raventree Hall, as they are said to have done for thousands of years. A bird symbolizing death, flocking to a dead tree that shouldn't be dead. The Blackwoods of Raventree Hall claim that the Brackens poison their weirwood tree. The Brackens and the Blackwoods have been feuding for many generations. However, we have no idea how a weirwood could be poisoned. Weirwood trees, like ravens, also seem to be linked both literally and thematically with feeding on the dead. There is much evidence that sacrifices of blood have been made to the trees by both men and the children of the forest. Both the ravens and the trees provide a kind of afterlife for the children of the forest. The ravens and the trees contain what is left of them after they are gone. If it is true that all ravens in Westeros have a piece of a child of the forest inside of them, that would seem to indicate that the children of the forest have been keeping a closer eye on mankind than previously thought. With hundreds of ravens carrying information from castle to castle in Westeros, the children of the forest have a backdoor into the main system by which information is shared in Westeros. It is unknown to what extent the soul of the child influences the raven, but there is very clear evidence that Bloodraven can control them by the masses. The ravens and the trees both seemingly point to one thing: a massive system set up by the children of the forest to collect as much information as possible about mankind. Know your enemy. By doing this, the children could learn all the weaknesses of men and manipulate them accordingly. Such a wealth of information equates to a lot of power, and we must wonder to what extent the children of the forest may have shaped the flow of mankind's history. Could their influence reach far beyond what we know? Either way, we know the children are collecting data. To what end, we could not say for sure. But there is one glaring point here that I have not mentioned. Bloodraven tells Bran that the soul of the child inside of the raven was long dead. Ravens in real life only live 10 to 15 years on average. Assuming it is the same in Westeros, how old could that raven really be? Perhaps it is only the ravens in the cave that possess the souls of children. Ravens that are different from the other ravens in Westeros. Ravens touched by some unseen power, extending their lives as Bloodraven has extended his. These ravens could still be intermingled with other ravens throughout Westeros, living in castles, carrying information, eternally spying for the children of the forest, those who sang the Song of Earth, and share a language with the ravens. Considering the morbidity associated with these spying birds and these spying trees, the actions of the children of the forest appear more and more ominous.